Let's wrap up our discussion of equations with fractions with these examples. I've got an equation, there's a fraction. What do? We like to multiply both sides of the equation by the least common denominator. But this only has one denominator. It's x. So we'll multiply through both sides by x. When I do that, x times 3 looks like that, minus this x in the bottom perfectly cancels this x in the top, leaving just the 14, equals x times x is x squared, and x times 12 is 12x. Now what I've got is a quadratic equation. So I immediately think two things. I could get two answers, and if I'm going to solve it, I should set it equal to 0. Let's set this equal to 0. I'll leave the x squared where it's at because it's positive. I want 0 on this side. Let's get rid of this 3x by subtracting 3x from both sides. 12x minus 3x is 9x. Let's get rid of this minus 14 by adding 14 to both sides. Of course, there's nothing to add the 14 to, so it's just 14. Now we'll hope that this factors. Let's see if it does. Can you find two numbers that multiply to 14? 14 is 7 times 2. And if I make them both positive, they'll add up to that positive 9. Now what makes this 0 is negative 7. When I move positive 2 over, what makes this 0 is negative 2. Beautiful. Let's try one more. It's an equation. It has fractions, so I'll multiply through both sides by the least common denominator. The only denominators in the problem are these x's, so we'll multiply through by x on both sides. When I do that, x times 8 looks like that. This x in the bottom cancels nicely with this x in the top, leaving just the 3. X times x is x squared. And again, this x in the bottom cancels perfectly with this x in the top, leaving that 18. Now it's quadratic, so we should set it equal to 0. Let's move this positive 3, get rid of it with a negative 3. 18 minus 3 is 15. And this positive 8x we'll get rid of by subtracting 8x. I have nothing to subtract it from. Here's the order we like it in. We like the x squared first. We like the x term second, the constant term last. Let's see if it factors. $15 is 5 times 3. 5 and 3 will combine to negative 8 if I make them both negative. Now my two answers. What makes this 0 is positive 5. What makes this 0 is positive 3. And there's the two answers to my equation. All right, your turn. Go work some homework.